A very good evening, my dear students. I hope all of you people are enjoying the competitive classes of the chapter sequences and series. Hereby, once again, I am going to welcome you people for the sessions of the topic geometric progression. Let me continue with problem number 23. It states that if first and eighth term of a GP are x power minus 4 and x power 52 and its second term is x power t, then find the value of t. Here what they have given, first term of the GP is x power minus 4. That implies a is equal to x power minus 4. Next they have given that eighth term of the same GP is x power 52. That implies a8 is equal to x power 52. Now utilize the general formula for nth term of a GP, that is a into r power n minus 1. That implies it is 8 minus 1, that is equal to 7, is equal to x power 52. Now here your task is to substitute the value of a, that is x power minus 4. You are left with x power minus 4 multiplied with r power 7 is equal to x power 52, isn't it? Now this implies shift this x power minus 4 to this side. What you are left with, r power 7 is equal to x power 52. It comes here, isn't it? X power minus of minus 4, that is x power plus 4. If you utilize the law of indices, here you are left with x power 56, isn't it? Now this implies r power 7, this one can be written as x power 8, its whole power 7. Therefore, the common ratio of this particular GP is x power 8. Now here your task is to find out the value of t, isn't it? Further what they have given, a2, that is equal to x power t they have given, isn't it? Now this implies apply the formula for a2, that is a into r, that is equal to x power 8, isn't it? Because x power minus 4 into x power plus 8. Now this implies what they have given, the expression for the second term, that is x power t, that is equal to. Now here I have substituted the value of a is equal to x power minus 4 and r value as x power 8. That task is over. Here what you are left with finally, x power 8 minus 4, that is equal to 4, isn't it? Now compare the powers of the terms. The same bases are present over here. Your task is to compare the powers. You are left with t is equal to plus 4. Therefore, the required value of t in this particular problem is exactly equal to 4. I hope all of you people understood the solution of this particular problem. Let me continue with the next problem, that is problem number 24. It states that find the sum to n terms of the geometric series. See, if a geometric progression is distinguished by utilizing the addition notation, we will call that particular expression as geometric series. All these things we have learnt in the NCERT normal offline classes, isn't it? Now let me continue with this question, that is here your task is to find out the sum up to n terms of this particular geometric series. Here what you are supposed to observe, first thing, that is first term, that is a is equal to 1. What is the common ratio? That is a2 divided by a1. If you consider the progression or the sequence which is associated with this particular geometric series, you are left with a2 is equal to 1 by 2 and a1 is exactly equal to 1. Therefore, the common ratio is equal to 1 by 2. Note that it is strictly less than 1. Therefore, see, we know that what is the formula for Sn, that is a summation of n terms of this particular geometric progression, that is a into 1 minus r power n, isn't it? If r is strictly less than 1, r power n whole divided by 1 minus r, provided r is strictly less than 1. Here we are having r value is strictly less than 1. So your task is to utilize this formula. Now substitute the values. What you are left with, a value is equal to 1. Now here 1 minus r value is 1 by 2, its whole power n whole divided by 1 minus 1 by 2, isn't it? 1 minus 1 by 2, that is half, it goes to the numerator. Denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator. So what you are left with? 2 multiplied with 1 minus 1 divided by 2 power n. Because 1 power n, that is 1 itself, whatever will be the value of n, 2 power n, that is equal to 2 power n, like this. Therefore, this one is the particular summation of n terms of this particular geometric series. See, if they have asked you people to find out, suppose n 8 terms of this particular geometric series, your task is to put n value is equal to 8 in this particular expression. I hope all of you people understood the solution of this particular problem also. Let me continue with the next problem, that is problem number 25. It states that the nth term of the GP is 128 and the sum of its n terms is 255. If its common ratio is equal to 2, then your task is to find out the first term of this particular GP, satisfying all these conditions. Now, what they have given over here, the common ratio, that is indicated as small r, that is equal to 2. Note that it is strictly greater than 1. Now further they have given that the nth term of the GP is 128. That implies an is equal to 128. Now apply the formula for the nth term of the GP, that is a into r power n minus 1, that is equal to 128. Call it as equation number 1. Now further we know that what is a summation up to n terms of a GP, that is a into r power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1, provided if r is strictly greater than 1. Here note that r is strictly greater than 1, isn't it? So your task is to utilize this particular formula. Now this implies Sn value they have given as 255, that is equal to a value we don't know, keep as it is, or you can multiply inside. Over here you are left with a r power n can be written as a r power n minus 1 into r. I hope all of you people have understood how I have got this one. Here your task is to utilize the law of indices, r power n minus 1 into r, that is r power n, minus a value keep as it is, we don't know. See here I have multiplied the terms inside, that's it. R value, that is equal to 2, 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. I hope all of you people are following the things up to here. Now here your task is to consider 255 is exactly equal to a into r power n minus 1. That is nothing but this expression, that is the nth term of this particular GP, that is equal to 128. 128 is multiplied with r. R value is 2, isn't it? So what you are left with? 128 multiplied with 2, that is exactly 256 minus a as it is. Now this implies, shift this minus a to that side, you are left with plus a. Shift this plus 255 to this side, you are left with 256 minus 255, that is equal to 1. Therefore, the first term of this particular GP satisfying all these conditions is exactly equal to 1. I hope all of you people understood the solution of this particular problem also. Dear students, let me continue with the last problem for today's session. That is question number 26. It states that the sum of 3 terms of the GP is 26 and the sum of the products taken 2 at a time. That means out of these 3 terms, your task is to take the pair of terms and consider their products and then take their summation. That is the meaning of sum of the products taken at a time is exactly equal to 156. Your task is to find the terms of the required GP. Now here let me consider the terms of the GP as A, AR square. These are the first 3 terms I am going to consider over here. Now what they have given, sum of 3 terms of the GP is 26. That implies A plus AR plus AR square, that is equal to 26 they have given, isn't it? Now here I can take out the term A as common one. What you are left with, A into 1 plus R square is exactly equal to 26. Call it as equation number 1. Next, your task is to consider sum of the products taken two at a time. That means first multiply these two, A into AR, that is A square R, utilizing law of indices for these two terms, isn't it? Next one, A multiplied with AR square, that is we'll get A square R square, isn't it? Plus multiply these two terms, A square R power 3. A square R power 3, that is equal to how much they have given. I have taken the summation after taking the product of the two terms taken two at a time. Now what they have given, the summation is exactly equal to 156. Now see here, A square R, A square 1 of the R, A square 1 of the R. That term is common throughout in these expressions. So you can take out A square R, what you are left with, here 1 is remaining, here R is remaining, here R square is remaining, isn't it? That is equal to 156 they have given. Now consider this one as equation number 2. Now here your task is to divide equation 2 by equation 1. What you are left with, both LHS and RHS part, your task is to divide separately. Here note that 1 plus R square, both terms are present in these two expressions. So whatever will be the operation, those two terms will get cancelled. What you are left with, here one of the A will get cancelled. You are just left with AR is equal to 156 divided by 26, that is equal to exactly 6, because 26 6 is exactly 156. Now this implies R value is equal to, or A value I will consider, that is exactly equal to 6 by R. Call it as equation number 3. Now in the next part I am going to substitute the expression for A as equal to 6 by R in equation number 1, and or here in this expression itself you can utilize. So or I will call this expression as equation star for your reference. I am going to do the substitution for the value of A as 6 by R in this expression, that is expression star, and continue further. I hope all of you people understood up to here. In the next part our motto is to find out the possible values for the common ratio for this particular GP, and try to find out the first term, and then utilizing the concept of first term as well as the common ratio we will try to find out the required terms of the GP. I hope all of you people understood the solution up to here. Let me continue the rest part of the solution of this particular problem. What I have told, I am going to substitute equation number 3 in equation star. Equation star is given by A plus AR plus AR square, that is equal to 26, isn't it? This one is equation star, and we have got the equation number 3 as A is equal to 6 by R. From these two equations, what you are supposed to write over with respect to this expression, that is 6 by R plus 6 by R into R will get cancelled, you will get just 6 plus 6 by R into R square, that is 6R only, that is equal to 26. Now take out the LCM and cross multiply. You are supposed to get 6 plus 6R plus 6R square, that is equal to 26R. Now this implies 6R square. Now see here, plus 6R minus 26 6R, that is minus 20R plus 6, that is equal to 0. Now if you multiply the last two terms, what you are left with, 36. What are the factors? 18 2s. If you multiply these two, you should get 36. If you add up these two, you should get how much? Minus 20. Therefore the factors are minus 18 and minus 2. So you are just left with 6R square minus 18R, I will consider first, minus 2R plus 6 equal to 0. Consider or pair the first and last two terms. You are just left with 6R is common throughout. You are just left with R minus 3. Here minus 2 is common. You are just left with R minus 3 once again. That implies 6R minus 2 or R minus 3 is exactly equal to 0. Now utilize the value of r. Now this particular equation implies that 6r minus 2 is equal to 0 or r minus 3 is equal to 0. Now this implies, after this step I am going to write it over here. You are just left with r is equal to 1 by 3 or r is equal to plus 3, utilizing these two expressions. Now here your task is to find out the value of a corresponding to these two values. So if you utilize the value of r is equal to 1 by 3 over here, you are just left with a is equal to 6 by 1 by 3. Utilize denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator. So you will get a is equal to 18. If you utilize the value of r is equal to 3 in this expression, you are just left with a is equal to 2, isn't it? Now utilizing the value of a is equal to 18 and common ratio is equal to 1 by 3, the required terms of the GPR, I will write it over here itself, 18, 6, 2. If you utilize the value of a is equal to, that is the first term of the GP is 2 and the common ratio is r is equal to 3, the required terms of the GPR 2, 6 and 18. This one is descending GP and this one is ascending GP. I hope all of you people understood the solution of this particular problem also. Thank you. Let me continue the next class.